Xbox is teasing exciting platform updates for the Xbox Series X and S, and it might be happening sooner than you think. And Microsoft has also officially announced the first gaming event of 2021. What can we expect from this show? Well, let's talk about it, shall we? What is going on, everybody? It's Randall419, the man with the million, back again with another video. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. If you guys can do me a huge favor, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and please hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you guys for all the continued support. You guys are amazing. Yes, I know, a rare Sunday video for me, but I wanted to make this video because I have a ton of stuff planned for the upcoming weeks, and I kind of been taking a little bit easy in February, but I wanted to get back on the video grind. And there's a couple topics here that I thought were worth kind of dissecting and analyzing. And some other things kind of came out this past week. If you recall, Halo Master Chief Collection was supposed to come to the PlayStation 5. Lock it in, they said. Breaking news, breaking report, Halo on PS5. And of course, those people are always wrong. If you listen to my video on Monday, you know exactly what was going to happen. Custom game browser and a new map from Halo Online. I just wanted to point that out. But in today's video, we are talking about Xbox teasing exciting platform updates and Microsoft officially announcing the first gaming event for 2021, and I'm going to explain what both of these things mean. So first up, I wanted to talk about this article that says Xbox development boss teases exciting platform updates. This is just the beginning. And before getting into it, I want to give my prediction. If you recall, in the lead up to the launch of the Xbox Series X and S, Jason Ronald and others talked about how one of the features that they wanted to do with the Series X via backwards compatibility is boost the frame rates. So games that were locked at 30 frames, Microsoft could go in with no work from the developers and take it from 30 frames to 60 frames. And I think this is what they're talking about, but let's get into the article to see what is being said. Speaking on the latest official Xbox podcast, Director of Program Management Jason Ronald said that these new platform announcements would be made as early as over the coming months. Director of Programming Larry Herb added that there's a lot coming. We can't really say too much, and teased that I think that we're going to have Jason Ronald back on sooner rather than later. Ronald said, as a team, we're just really excited by this initial response from fans all around the world. At launch, we say it all the time internally. This is really just the beginning. We've got a lot of really exciting things that are coming down the pipeline over the coming months and over the coming years. Jason added, we're also partnering really closely with key game developers from all across the industry to really take full advantage of all the next-gen capabilities that we put in the Xbox Series S and Series X. We're really excited as we get further into the year and closer to this holiday to start sharing more of the details about what's in development and how you can really take advantage of these next-gen platforms. The platform development boss said his team had taken an extended break following the launch of the Series X and S last November, and that he saw it as an opportunity to lean back and just listen to the community and listen how people are using the consoles, what they're excited about, areas that we can improve. And that now that the team is back, we're starting to release a series of updates. One area that we really focused on was at launch, we had to disable quick resume on some titles in the launch window. The team's been working really hard to be able to re-enable those titles so that people are getting that great quick resume experience on all the titles that people are playing. In other areas, like we've seen reports of things like controller disconnects as an example, that's another area that the team's really been investing in to make sure that you're just getting the best in-class experience on the Series X and Series S. Now, as someone who actually had the Xbox Series X early for review, it was pretty disappointing that Microsoft disabled quick resume during that review period, and even after the system launched, a lot of those titles had quick resume disabled. So it's nice to see the engineers go back, figure out whatever bugs were causing quick resume not to work properly, and have it work all the time, because that is a truly game-changing feature to be able to quickly load up a game and be in the exact spot where you left off the night before without having to watch all the loading screens and what engines and what team made the game. That is truly great. And the bit about the controllers disconnecting, As someone in the Insider program, I've had that happen quite a lot. I've been filing bugs, and I want Microsoft to nail what is the reasoning behind these controllers disconnecting. It is a little bit annoying, but I understand I'm in the Insider program, and that is what it is for. So what is this update that both Major Nelson and Jason Ronald are teasing that might be coming pretty soon? Major Nelson went on to say that he's gonna have Jason Ronald on sooner rather than later. They're teasing exciting updates coming really soon, and I think it has to do with doubling the frame rate. This past week, Spanish tech YouTuber Elisante de Brits, who mostly focuses on video games technical analysis and comparison videos, teased an announcement from Microsoft coming on February 17th in a now deleted tweet. And the tweet goes on to say, on February 17th, Xbox fans are going to have some very interesting content on the channel. I can't say more until that day. Thanks to Xbox for giving me early access so I can prepare my coverage in advance. So what do I think is going on here? I think the Spanish YouTuber basically broke embargo about the information that Xbox was giving to him about some sort of announcement on February 17th. So I do think something is happening next week on Wednesday the 17th, and he just kind of got excited about it, tweeted, and Xbox made him delete that tweet. So what do I think it is? It's like what I explained before in the video. I think Microsoft is going to showcase their technology about how you take a game from 30 frames and bump it up to 60. We've already seen a tech demo from Microsoft showing this off with Fallout 4, and they did say that while it wouldn't come at launch, it would come sometime after launch. I think this is what this February 17th announcement is going to be about, and I wouldn't be surprised if they show some games showing off the frame rate bump. Another thing that Jason mentioned was how they're partnering really closely with key game developers across the industry to take full advantage of the next-gen capabilities in the Series X and S, and how they'll share more of that information and details closer to the end of the year. This would be about that full RDNA 2 feature set that we know Xbox has, and Xbox claims they're the only next-gen console that has those features. PlayStation hasn't come out and said that they have them, so who knows what's really going on with that situation. But of course, anytime there's a brand new next-gen game that comes out, Digital Foundry analyzes it. Sometime Xbox wins, sometime the PlayStation version is a little bit better. And I think Xbox is hoping that the full RDNA 2 feature set, once developers completely understand it and are used to it, will start to push the Xbox version of multiplats further and further away from the PS5. But Jason Ronald still had more to say on Major Nelson's podcast. He said, so over the coming months, we're going to be updating the Xbox mobile app to add things like achievements, and then other areas that we're really focused on. As we think about the console experiences, we listen to the feedback about improvements of broadcasting as an example. Another thing is the sharing experience and the quality of things like game DVR. And then I mentioned earlier about enabling quick resume for even more titles since launch. We've also seen the feedback about people who want more understanding of how quick resume works and more control over the experience. These are all areas that are really high priorities for us as we're looking at the future updates over the coming months, and you'll be able to start seeing some of those experiences in the Insider Rings really soon. And for any of you guys who haven't seen this interview with Major Nelson and Jason Ronald, stay tuned, because at the end of the video, I will play that interview in its entirety for those of you who haven't seen it. I am extremely happy that they are improving the sharing experience, and the quality of stuff like Xbox's game DVR are the clips that you see in my videos. I've taken directly from the Xbox Series X using the Xbox game DVR, and sometimes it just doesn't work properly, and sometimes the clips are too dark. I see people complaining about that all the time on Twitter and social media. It's nice to see that the team knows about it and they're going to fix that to make that game DVR experience even better. And with Jason here talking about quick resume, seeing the feedback that people want a better understanding of how it works and more control of the experience, I expect at some point that we will see icons over every title that is in your quick resume lineup, so you can easily at a glance see, okay, I got Mortal Kombat 11 in there, I have Halo Infinite in there, I have Starfield in there, etc. So you know what titles at a glance are within your quick resume lineup, and then maybe an easy way to remove something that you no longer want to take up any quick resume space. And then of course Jason mentions how they're going to be updating the Xbox mobile app to add things like achievements, and it absolutely needs that. I can't tell you how many people have DM'd me or tagged me in a tweet saying, why is the Xbox app on iOS and Android gotten worse? Why have they removed things like achievements and clubs and the store? And always said, I think they're going to be adding achievements back at some point in time, and it looks like they are. I think it was a big miss to remove achievements, even if they planned on adding it later. People have actually reverted back to previous states of the Xbox app on Android just to get achievements back. But for those of you who want the store to come back, I don't think that ever will. Microsoft, for whatever reason, decided they wanted to have game streaming within the Xbox app, and iOS policy doesn't allow you to buy games within a streaming service, which is why the PlayStation 5 has a separate app for game streaming, and they can have a store within their native PlayStation app. At least I believe that is how it works. But achievements coming back is great, and it's something that honestly never should have left in the first place. So next up, I want to briefly talk about Microsoft announcing their first gaming event of 2021, and it's actually coming in a couple weeks. And I know probably a lot of you are thinking, wait a minute, I haven't heard anything about this. An Xbox gaming event coming in 2 weeks? I've seen nothing on social media. I haven't seen any Xbox accounts advertise this or promote it. What is going on? Quite simply, this isn't a gaming event like you would think. And I'm sure most people watching this video think of a gaming event as like E3, when companies make new game announcements and we see trailers for Fable and Avowed, and on the PlayStation side, something about like the new God of War. Those big events showcasing all the brand new games coming to your consoles in the years to come. And this isn't that. It's more of a corporate gaming summit where they talk about the technology behind making the games and the analytics and all that stuff. So Microsoft has announced its AI and Gaming Research Summit will take place February 23rd to the 24th. Even though this isn't a gaming showcase, there is going to be a lot of conversations around the technology and tooling that turns ideas into reality. And you might be thinking that this is a small event, but based on the agenda, or at least who will be speaking at the event, that does not appear to be the scenario. Two notable names that you have likely heard before include Phil Spencer, Executive Vice President Gaming, and Kareem Chowdhury, Corporate Vice President Gaming Cloud Microsoft, will both be taking the stage. And according to the landing page, the event is focused on 4 themes: AI agents for gameplay and game testing, responsible gaming, including ethics, safety, and inclusivity, computational creativity and content generation, and understanding players, player engagement, and analytics. So there you have it. In about 1 week's time, Phil Spencer will be giving a keynote speech for this gaming event, but please don't think for 1 second that we're going to be getting any new gaming announcements or new trailers for Halo Infinite or Perfect Dark. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, notification bell, share this out, all that stuff. And please enjoy this video between Jason Ronald and Major Nelson talking about all the exciting features coming to Xbox in the short term. Later, guys.
Seeing us again. There he is, Jason Ronald. Jason, good to see you. It's time for some platform updates.
Excited to be back, Larry. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. It's been a while since we've had you on, and I know the team took a little bit of time off after the holiday, but they're back in it, and we've got some things to talk about. So let's just jump in and tell us what's new with Xbox One, Series XS, and Xbox One.
Yeah, as you mentioned, post-launch, the team took a little bit of an extended break, a very well-deserved break, but it was also a really good chance for us to kind of lean back and just listen to the community and listen how people are using the consoles, what they're excited about, areas that we can improve. And as you said, now that the team's back, we're starting to release a series of updates, and we just released an update earlier this week, really addressing some of the feedback from the community. One area that we really focused on was at launch, we had to disable quick resume on some titles in the launch window. Yeah. The team's been working really hard to be able to re-enable those titles so that people are getting that great quick resume experience on all the titles that people are playing. And other areas, like we've seen reports of things like controller disconnects as an example. That's another area that the team's really been investing in to make sure that, you're just getting that best-in-class experience on the Xbox Series X and Series S.
Yeah, now that's a great call out. I want to point out that we're talking about, you guys have a build numbering system. This is 210221, the year, 02, the month, and that's now available, and folks should be downloading that on our Xbox Series XS and Xbox One. And it's great to point out that certainly the next-gen features like quick resume, the older consoles don't support that. But a lot of these other quality of life things that you've been working on, some of them will go back to the Xbox One generation, correct?
Exactly. And that's the thing is when we say we're listening to the community, it includes everybody, including people on Xbox One, people with an Xbox Series X and S. And that feedback's critically important to us because it really drives our priorities. And we want to make sure that we're really delighting our fans, regardless of what device you choose to play on.
Now, I was reading this interesting thing about smart delivery was a huge boom over the holiday. Tell us about it from your side, 'cause you've got an interesting stat that I was hearing you're going to share with us.
Yeah, we're really proud of how people are using the consoles and really enjoying smart delivery. And we've had close to 6 million smart delivery upgrades since launch. And that's just really exciting to see because that means people are jumping in and playing their games, and they're always guaranteed to get that best version of these titles on the device that they're choosing to play on.
Great. That means they own perhaps the game when they bought it on Xbox One, and now they upgraded to their new console, and this game, whatever title is, and there's many, many titles, just upgraded automatically, right? The user didn't have to do anything.
Exactly. And developers are continuing to update and optimize their titles for Xbox Series X and Series S. So whether it's a title that you're currently playing today or it's a title that a developer is going to upgrade in a couple months, you're still going to get that best version as soon as the update's available.
And that's, again, smart delivery. And you can see that if you're browsing through the store on the console or on the web, you can kind of see smart delivery and some of the other cool features that the next gen handles. You talked a moment ago about, looking at fan feedback and fan requests. You've also got some updates coming. I mean, we can't tell you exactly what they are, but I know there's a lot of people hard at work on the Xbox app, right?
Absolutely. And one of the pieces of feedback that we very clearly seen is people are missing features like achievements, as an example, in the Xbox app.
Right.
So over the coming months, we're going to be updating the Xbox mobile app to add things like achievements. And then other areas that we're really focused on as we think about the console experiences, we've listened to the feedback about improvements to broadcasting, as an example. Another thing is the sharing experience and the quality of things like game DVR. And then I mentioned earlier about enabling quick resume for even more titles since launch. We've also seen the feedback about people want more understanding of how quick resume works and more control over the experience. So these are all areas that are really high priorities for us as we're looking at future updates over the coming months. And you'll be able to start seeing some of these experiences in the insider rings really soon.
So yeah, if you want to do that, I can put a link in the notes below about how to sign up for an insider ring, and maybe get a look at what Jason and the development team is doing and where we're thinking of going and planning with some of the newer features. I know that there's just so much activity, and the team has come back after this holiday and kind of looked at, we launched consoles, not just one, but 2 consoles, and they're going very, very well, and millions of people are out there playing, but there's so much more work to do. Tell me a little bit about, kind of what's going on in the future. Give us a hint about the look ahead, will you?
Yeah, I mean, as a team, we're just really excited by this initial response from fans all around the world. And, at launch, we say it all the time internally. This is really just the beginning. We've got a lot of really exciting things that are coming down the pipeline over the coming months and over the coming years. We're also partnering really closely with key game developers from all across the industry to really take full advantage of all the next-gen capabilities that we've put in the Xbox Series X and Series S. And we really are excited as we get further into the year and closer to this holiday to start sharing more of the details about what's in development and how you can really take advantage of these next-gen platforms.
Yeah, there's a lot coming. I mean, we can't really say too much. You kind of did there, but I know that that's one of the things that keeps me so excited. I have a console here. It's not this one, but I have another console that's on our take home, and you guys are pushing builds every day to me. Trust me, my bandwidth cap tells me that. But you're pushing the builds all the time, and we're checking these out, and I'm filing bugs, and it's great to have that type of feedback, not internally, but also everybody at home can participate when you're in the insider ring. So it's great to see that. I know that you got a lot of stuff planned, Jason. So again, I say this to you all the time, but I think we're going to have you on again sooner rather than later, right?
Yeah, you should tell Jeff I'm coming after him. I heard he was a little bit afraid of me coming and taking his job, so let him know I'm on my way.
I'm telling you right now, he's just going to say uncle. He's just going to back up slowly. But Jason, it's great talking to you. Great chatting with you. And I'll let you get back to work with the team. And again, if folks want to sign up for Insider and get a look up the pipeline, that's the best way to do it. And join us at Xbox Insiders and help us make Xbox continue to make Xbox great. Thanks so much, Jason.
Thanks, Larry.